Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be flying the Longitude, Textron Aviation Cessna Citation Longitude. And I made filters for only 2-star, 1-star, no missions will come up. 2-star is the next easiest one, so we can try to bypass extreme weather or extreme crosswinds. But that's just one way to do it. I'll show you another tip that helps you out in that area. But with a 2-star flight, you're less likely to have extreme weather or extreme crosswinds, sometimes making it easier to land. I'm going to look for the shortest flight, which is 1.5 hours in the longitude. What you want to do is click the airport you're at, mission list, nothing there. You can look over here to get more variety. Just click the airport, click the mission list itself to see if that's the only mission or if they have more missions available. And you want to do it as close to your original airplane as possible so the transfer cost is not that high. Look over here, mission list. Oh, here's one. Here's a better one. It's not that far from my airplane. I'm going to choose this one. The first thing I like to do is look at my flight plan. ILS 16, never take a direct. So I'm going to take this one. We know we have runway 16. We need to click arrival airport information. Information, runways. We're landing on runway 16. We have a headwind. You don't want a tailwind. Only 5-knot crosswind. That looks okay. So that's more than doable. My cruise altitude is 25,000 feet. Sent to ATC and avionics. Oh, I'd like to turn on my stopwatch so I can speed up and slow down the sim rate and make sure I'm in real time. And just make sure if it's an IFR flight, because it says unknown, so it might be an IFR flight. Jump in. Transfer cost is pretty low. Let's go transfer airplane. Let's jump in. Okay, here we are. We're in a lovely aircraft. Alternate in queue. Do our mission steps. Take off everything at once. Jump in the airplane. Request boarding. Okay, shift 7. Just turn the standby power button on. Switch the batteries on. And you just want to make sure your left main, your right main are on. Everything in between is normal. And your bus tie is open. Shift 5. Turn the APU to on. Switch to start. Hold it for a second. Let go. Make sure it's running up. See right here, APU is running up. It'll take a long time to run up, so while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and take care of everything else. Wait and fuel up before I do that. I'm going to fill up the airplane with fuel. Okay, the airplane's been filled up with fuel. We're going to go back again. Take off, FOB sync. That's right. Next, initialize. Taking a look at the flight plan. If you have something in white here, en route waypoint, just click done. You want it all to be blue. We have a hold here. We're going to take out the hold. It won't allow me to take out the hold. We're going to take this out. We don't need this. Move waypoint. We don't need the manual sequence either. Move waypoint. Still have a hold here. Cannot remove the hold. Since I cannot remove the hold, I'm going to change the flight plan. Change it to IGN. We're going to have to go further out, but we'll have to do it. We'll have to sacrifice it. Doesn't look great either, but we'll take it. Still runway 16, so we'll be okay there. Again, information, arrive at airport. Runway 16, only 5-knot crosswind. 4-knot headwind, looks good. Oh, another thing we need to do. Arrive at airports, charts, approach. ILS 16, runway 16. 109.7. Go up here, click this. There it is, just transfer it. Enable navigation. Done. And we know we need to be at 2,000 feet. Capture the glide slope. That will take us on down to the runway. Just need to remember that. Although not really. Still at 25,000 feet. I'm going to send to ATC and avionics. It is now changed. We have no holds. Can we have something in white here? Just click done. So it's all blue. Want to take out the manual sequence and any heading modes. Okay, our flight plan looks good. Again, we've confirmed that we need to be at 2,000 feet just before the runway. It's good to know. Just here, weather, load MEDAR wind, use the RAT, not too bad. Takeoff data, accept takeoff speeds. Then it says check flaps. So we're going to put in 1-notch flap, takeoff flaps. Initialize, all 3 checked off. Click flight plan again. Then we can go ahead and start the engines. Take off cover, click to run, hold down the right engine starter so it says on. Look to make sure it's running up, IGN. Wait for that to run all the way up. First engine to run all the way up. Second engine, take off cover, hit engine run, hold down left engine starter so it says on. Wait till it runs all the way up. Make sure it's starting. Both engines fully engaged. Flaps set to take off flaps. Come over here, turn off the APU starter. Shift 7, turn off APU generator. Shift 9, just turn on emergency lights and whatever lights you really want. You won't get dinged for anything. I was supposed to turn on recognition lights before turning on the aircraft, but oh well. I'm just going to turn on anti-collisions, tail flood, and since we're taking off, pack safety seatbelts. I'm going to go ahead and request my IFR clearance. Okay, we got dinged for a whole bunch of things, even though we didn't move the aircraft. This is a bug in the game, one of many, and it's very irritating to say the least. I'm going to go ahead and skip the takeoff since we already got dinged to hell. This is the only reason that my ratings go down, and I can't stay in S tier because of dings that I can't control. Set up autopilot, 25,000 feet. Right click to switch to 100 feet. 25,000 feet, quick flight level change. Heading bug to line up with the GPS line or FMS line, but right here, this one, not this one. This one is the actual one where it is. We'll have to tweak that in the air. Just click heading bug here. One more thing I need to do. You'll need to switch this to manual. Set it to 230 because we need to be below 250 knots flight speed. Since we have to remain below 250 knots, 230 knots tends to be a good medium. Now you have to bind a key to engage and disengage auto throttle. I've done that. If you need to do that, settings, controls, search auto throttle, bind a key. And now we're ready for takeoff. Takeoff speed is set. Everything looks good and green. Airspeed's alive. I have full realism enabled, so the aircraft's going to be pushed around a little bit. V1, rotate. You don't want to pull up too high when you first take off, otherwise you'll get a slow speed warning. Above 180 knots, flaps up, positive rate, gear up. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. I'm going to click autopilot, tweak the heading bug, again tweak the heading bug to intercept the FMS. It's in heading mode right now. Heading mode is active. Should switch over to FMS as it gets closer, all on its own, and then we'll follow that to the airport. Okay, it's got close enough to where it automatically switched over. Now we're following the FMS to the airport. Okay, since this is flashing, it means we have to switch it over by clicking the barometric pressure. Standard barrel once you get above a certain altitude. That's just standard procedure. Okay, we've reached flight altitude, 25,000 feet, and I've set my auto throttle to 305 knots. If I go any faster, I risk overspeeding. Let's go ahead and set up vertical navigation. We know we need to be at 2,000 feet just for the runway, so that's what we'll set up. 2,000 feet, selected altitude. Click vertical navigation mode. Now we can see if we have a top of descent. Scroll all the way out. And we do have a top of descent right here. So that went well. Okay, we'll either see you at top of descent or the transition waypoint, whichever comes first. Since we're getting to some light cloud cover here, and since I forgot to do it, turn on engine anti-ice, or turn on the pitot heat. I'm just turning everything on. We do have some mist clouds up here. One thing I didn't show you, VPATH is on standby. Auto throttle is activated. Speed 305 knots. Altitude is 25,000. 2,000 on standby for VPATH. Once we reach our top of descent. It's changing the speed on me. Now it's Garmin's messing up. Auto throttle's not doing what I want it to do. I have had to select altitude hold mode to stop our descent. We're going to get dinged real hard for flight procedures. Anyway, I set the speed at 240. Because of flight restrictions, you need to be below, there's a 250 knot speed limit, under 10,000 feet. Since we're below 250 knots, we can put in 1 notch flaps. We'll just keep it there. Let's try to help me with my descent. But because of the flight level change, the top descent has moved away. That's okay. We need to go ahead, since our next waypoint will be our transition waypoint, we need to click approach, activate approach. And you can tell they've done that correctly by seeing this gray line. That indicates this line, the final. It'll come in as we get closer. Okay, we're getting ready to come up on our top of descent. Let's see if we actually slow down and see if we actually descend. VPATH has been enabled. It's starting to come down. See if it stays that way. Okay, since it's blinking again here, means we need to right-click barometric pressure to switch over to standard barometric pressure. Still coming down. Good thing we have all of ice protection enabled because of these clouds. I think we need to be lower than this. I'll try flight level change. We'll take the speed back to 220 knots so that when we're below 230 knots, we can put in 2-notch flaps. You can see all that here. 1-notch flaps, 250 knots. Second notch flap, 230, full 180. Okay, go ahead and put 2-notch flaps. Take off, flight level change. Top descent right here. See if we go down. So I want it to be at 220, but I guess 200 is even better. You can see that here we need to be below 108 knots for full flaps. So I can keep it in between here and here, second and third notch flaps for my speed. We've passed the top of descent. We are coming down ever so slightly. For the next waypoint though, we need to be at 5,900, it estimates. Might have to help that again. Click flight level change. See if we come down. Have to keep a close eye on it. And if it goes extremely wrong, you have to disconnect auto throttle and manage it yourself. There's just a whole lot to do. Our top descent is moving away. So I'm going to unclick flight level change. Click altitude hold mode. I'm going to turn off altitude hold mode. Now it's set for VPath. We're still coming down. Our next turn will be turned to final. When we get closer, we'll go ahead and click approach mode. Getting ready to come up on top of descent once again. Keep a close eye on it, make sure it comes down. We're above the glide slope or the glide path, so that helps, and it's coming down. VPath has been enabled. At least the altitude hold mode is off. Once again, I'm going to help it out. Click flight level change. Need to be at 3,000 at Ferran. We're nowhere near that, so we're going to have to come way down. Take the speed back all the way to 170. Flight level change again. Take off flight level change, altitude hold mode. Since we are above the glide path, I'm going to click approach mode. There's a glide path. We should come down to meet it. The glide slope actually. We've captured the localizer. You can put full notch flaps and put the gear down. Should have put the gear down first. Yes, I know. Okay, we've intercepted the glide slope. We're on speed. That's actually very unusual as of late. We've had a lot of problems. The plane not wanting to maintain flight level. We're probably going to get dinged really hard. At least I did last time. Now we're above the glide slope. Even though I clicked approach mode, we're not coming down. I'm going to click flight level change. Since it won't come down, I'm going to drop this down to 1,500 feet. I don't understand. We just have the glide slope. Click altitude hold mode. Nope, this is not going to work. I'm going to take over the plane. Right, try to click autopilot again. I think speed way back, 130. I want to turn the auto throttle off. Handle this myself. I'm handling the throttle myself. Put in altitude hold mode for now. Since we're below the glide slope, I'm going to speed all the way up. Try to get some speed back. I want to pull it back again. Good thing is when you have full flaps and gear down, you can put the throttle way in and way out, and you won't get that much of a change.
Clear to land runway 16, Cessna 619er.
So the throttle's not that sensitive. Once again, I'm just going to take off autopilot and fly it in because we are not following the glide slope. The plane will not follow the glide slope. So I'm just going to have to eye it from here. Wish me luck. A little above the glide slope. Auto throttle in the CJ4 and in this plane, not great. I don't know what it is, it's not for everybody. In free flight mode, this plane is more than exceptional. It's great actually. But here, not so much. You don't want to over maneuver the plane. Just give it small corrections, depending on your sensitivity of your joystick. It's okay. Just a little below the glide slope. Take the speed back a little bit. I'm going to take it back to half throttle. Try to keep my rate of descent. This looks good. Okay. Okay, that wasn't bad. Wasn't the greatest, but it's okay.
Cessna 619er, turn next taxiway.
Plane just doesn't want to land with full flaps. Okay, we'll see you at parking. Okay, let's see how terrible we did. Ship 5, just turn off both engines. Ship 7, turn off the batteries and a standby battery, standby power. That's it. Let's see how we did. Yep, airline procedures sucked. I'm not going to make a test here again. Couldn't hold my flight altitude. Auto throttle did not work well. It's one thing to think about before getting this plane. See how much we got paid. Expect $2 million or I'm not happy. Okay, at least that's something. Okay, if you like that, think about giving a like, think about subscribing. Need all the help I can get. I'm a new channel. But if not, it's all love. Take care. We'll see you next one. Bye.